Right, we're live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Nick's Wednesday night quiz. Great to see you all. I hope you've all had a good day, despite the weather being absolutely atrocious, especially the morning, or this morning. In sunny Rugby, it wasn't very sunny at all. We started off with very rainy Rugby, which was pretty horrible, but never mind. Right then, this is quiz number 68 since lockdown started, you'd be pleased to know. Tonight I'm trying something which I tried the other day, which I didn't really like, but as I need to get rid of it, I better drink it, called Push Pineapple from Aldi's. They got this on special offer the other week. It tastes a bit like pineapple. It really isn't ideal for a beer to be drinking in this evening, but never mind. Right, let's see who's joined us so far tonight. We've got Jed and Tracy from Chilly Burton. They're saying hi to everybody. Well, I think it's a bit chilly everywhere tonight, isn't it, Jed? Just as well I live in my eco house, so it didn't really feel that cold in here. We have what's that? We have a fairly constant temperature all the time here. It's actually 21 degrees. It's been 21 degrees all day. I expect it will get a bit cooler tonight, but we'll see. So good evening to you. Hope all is well with you. And raring to do battle in tonight's quiz. Just as an aside, in the background here, you'll see I have a thank you card. One of our teams has kindly sent us a lovely thank you gift, me and Lydia, and a card just to say thank you for all the quizzes we've sent done. Yes, I was sent a marvellous little bike repair cup. It says, check your nuts, apply lube, and ride hard. Yes, very witty indeed. But so I have a cup from my efforts, which is very good. Right then, as you will all be aware, I am running a charity quiz on the 6th of December. I've mentioned it on numerous occasions. It is a Sunday night quiz. It'll be on the same format, same time as everything else. Just to keep you updated, we are donating the entirety of the fund will be going to Rugby Mite and Hospice, or basically the Warwickshire Mite and Hospices, because there are 3 of them as a group. And just a quick update, we have raised so far with gift aid, and there's only half the team so far have taken up the challenge. We have raised over £1,100, which is absolutely amazing, especially as we haven't done the quiz yet. So they might turn around and say, oh my God, was it really all worth that while? But never mind. So it's a fantastic effort so far. So if you haven't joined up yet for the charity quiz, do feel free to go down to the bottom of the page. There is a link for you to sign up and just put a team name in. I don't need anything more than just a team name, and we'll get you registered to do the quiz. That's brilliant. So we've had Michelle's joined us. Michelle and Charlie, good evening to you two. Hope all is well. Clive and Janet from Stockton have joined us. So good evening. Weather great up here. Oh, well, it's better than it's been here. It's been absolutely miserable today here, Clive and Janet. Mike saying good evening to us all. Good evening, Mike. Hope all is well with you. And Martin and Tina have joined us from sunny Dunchurch. Hope all is well with you too and keeping fair. Yeah. Now then, Martin, how good are you at building bird boxes? I'm supposed to be doing a project of building a bird box and making the best quality one possible, but I just need to find somebody that's actually pretty good at building things like this. And I know you're a bit of got your own workshop where you like doing things with wood, so maybe me and you could talk about a bird box. Right, so we've just had Home Alone 6 join us. Good evening, Hillary, Carol and the gang. Hope you're all well and keeping fit. Faye's just joined us. She said, hi, Nick and Lydia. Hope all is well. Happy hump day, everyone. Faye, I hope you've noticed the card in the background here. A big thank you from you two. And thank you very much for my mug. A fantastic mug. That'll keep me entertained. And he says, no, late. All right, Sarah's just joined us. Sarah and all our friends from Worcester. I hope your shoulder's improving, Sarah. I heard you'd had a bit of an accident, you told me, which is a bit like me. I'm 6 months on now. My shoulder, well, it's a funny shape, this one now. I went over it. I'm sure I broke something, but I went to the hospital, had an x-ray on this side, and they reckon there was no broken bones, but that was 4 months after I'd had it done, but never mind. Anyway, so it's good evening to Sarah. Faye, we've just had the gifters join us, so good evening, Jane. Hope all is well with you. our Tofty friends from just outside Cambridge. I expect you got some better weather than we did this afternoon, because you probably got all the dreadful weather first thing this morning. We tended to get it at lunchtime today. It was awful, but never mind. The rain's gone through, and we're in now for some cold weather over the next few days, I think. So Sarah's just saying she's got some small improvements. So you're saying that now here's Robin. He's saying, so you're saying that a beer called Push Pineapple tastes of pineapple. Just what exactly did you expect it to taste of? Well, I was expecting it to taste a bit more beery, should we say, than just pineapple. It actually just tastes like pineapple. It's got the most peculiar smell. As you know, Robin, only too well, a hint of something that you don't even know is there in the background is okay. But when they actually brazenly put on the front, you know, push pineapple, I'm not quite expecting it to be quite as hit you in the face as this one, but it does, but never mind. Right, Andrew and Jane have just joined us, so good evening to them. Jackie's also joined us, so we've got Jackie and Faye now, and Pick and Mix have joined us, so good evening to you. Jane was saying we've had a bit of a drizzle, but very heavy grey skies. Well, it has been horrible, and it's going to get cold from now on, I think, for the next few days. High pressure building, apparently. Fog on the way for us all, but never mind. I'm not a news reader, but there. Thanks for not using the word. I won't say it, Robin. They can read it in the chat, can't they? Right then, let me just quickly go through last week's scores on the doors. We had some remarkable scores last Wednesday. In fact, we had, I mean, if I told you last week's top score was 63 out of 63, that went to Denise. Well done, Denise. On 62 points, we had Split the Difference. On 61, we had Paula Lewis. On 60 points, we had PRS. On 59, we had Clive and Janet. And then we had Michelle, Home Alone 6, Mick Roberts all on 58. And we had a few 57s, Jed and Tracy, and the famous 5. So it was all very, very close last Wednesday. I'm hoping that I've made it sufficiently difficult so that we don't get anybody scoring 63 points again. I think 63 out of 63 is a bit too much, isn't it? But it's tricky. It's tricky making the quiz easy for some people and not so easy for others. But never mind. Right, we've got Georgia's just joined us. Good evening, Georgia. And Rory, hope you are keeping well. Mick Roberts has just joined us. Good evening, Mick. Bev, keeping well, I trust. And George Priestley's also joined us. Big waves and thunder up to George. Penny Graham's also joined us. Good evening, Penny. I hope you're keeping well and raring to do some quizzing tonight. We've just had Chris Needs join us. Good evening, Chris and Nick. Oh, and Luke Hughes just joined us. Luke and Rickella are here. Team name Wooden Spoon. Well, that's fair enough. Just to let you know, Luke, that your sister, even not your daughter, your sister's just arrived. I've heard her sneaking through the door. So Lydia has eventually joined us. She's been defrosting her car because it had got some frost on it, apparently. We were assuming she was defrosting her car anyway, but never mind. George Priestley is saying, happy Wednesday to Nick. Now then, besides me drinking this rather hideous tasting push pineapple, which I now am going to discard completely. I'm not having another one of those. What else is everybody on tonight? Do feel free to put something down in the chat column of what ale or drinks you're on tonight, or any special nibbles indeed. Do also let me know if it's anybody's birthday or near your birthday. We'll be wishing happy birthday to anybody that's, should we say, within a week here or there of their birthday. So, Matthew, why does he always have Matthew always asks me the same question? How's the power generation? Well, Matthew, straightforward reply. Rubbish is the word, rubbish. But tomorrow I'm having my smart meter fitted to my house. Not that I've not already got 4 smart meters in the house, but this one is actually the smart meter supplied by the electricity supplier. That means I can change tariff and go on to one of these super smart tariffs for charging my car. But we'll see how that fares. It does mean that my wife can't do any cooking from 4 o'clock until 7 o'clock, which she's already told me to F off about, apparently, or something to that effect. But we'll see. Right, tonight's rounds, we have 6 tricky trivia rounds as usual. We start off first round tonight will be entitled Wednesday the 25th, Wednesday the 25th. Round number 2 is a trivia trail. Round number 3 is an initial letter link. Round number 4 is a connections round where I ask you 9 general knowledge questions, and question 10 is what is the connection between the previous 9 answers. Round 5 tonight, all the answers contain the word tin or can. Tin or can, pretty straightforward that one. And round number 6 is, as always, just one of those silly trivia rounds where 10 questions about stuff that nobody really knows anything about. So for those that are joining us for their first time, the first round, basically, you take the initial letters and or numbers, and they are the initial letters or numbers of the first 13 answers. So we start off with a W, an E, a D, N, E, S, D, A, Y, 2, 5, T, H. You can write them down top to bottom. You also do your own scoring after each round, and you put your total score in the chat column after each round. What's that? Matthew's put in the tariff, which means wife doesn't cook. That's the one. Asking for a friend. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, what's Michelle put? Misha, Adam, James and Charlie on a Harper's Toffee Ale. Look at this. I have a Harper's Toffee Ale. Very nice indeed. Now, that one I don't mind at all, because genuinely, although it's quite a strong taste, it's certainly better than the push pineapple. That's coming up next, Michelle. So it's great to see they're also on that. Made a batch of Perry last night after a previous batch turned out cracking. Excellent. That sounds good indeed. Evening all, says Footy Fox. And Paula Lewis has joined us. The Quizzy Rascals are here to do battle as always. So good evening, Paula. Hope all is well with you, the family, and everybody else. And you're ready to do battle. Paula, of course, was second last week in the quiz with a fantastic third last week on Wednesday and 61 points. Famous Five have also joined us. Good evening, John and the gang. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping your spirits up in these times. Now, the big question, of course, for us, me as a landlord or co-owner, whatever, the big question is what tier are we going to be in tomorrow? Because if we end up in tier 2, it basically means one of my pubs at least is going to have to stay closed, and the other one is going to have to do food all the time. Whether it's going to be worth it or not is a different matter. So it's going to be very interesting to see what tier I don't even know who's doing tiering, whether it's going to be doing a local councils or whether the government's going to sort it out and just tell everybody what tier we're in. It'll be interesting to find out. Chris, wait a minute. Faye's saying she's on the Pinot Grigio again tonight with chicken and chorizo. Chris, that sounds very interesting. Chris Mead's on the Oakham Citra. Fine beer, fine beer, Chris. Clive and Janet from Stockton don't know how you can drink toffee. Ugh. That's fair enough. Footy Fox also on Harper's Toffee Ale. This Harper's Toffee Ale, it's only £1. Now, is this the one at 129 or one at 139 in Olders? It could be 149 actually, but it's something like that. Not bad for 500ml bottle. It's only got a hint of toffee. It's it's very tasty really. So I think it will be on the country level, likely level 2. Yes, county level, yes, and level 2. Level 2 could be a bit of a disaster for us. It basically means we might not be opening this side of Christmas until we hear any further. But we'll see. We're not quite sure how we're going to get around this. Right, then, we've got a minute to go. So make sure you've got pens and pencils ready, paper and pencils ready even, or pens, paper and pencils ready, or whatever, or crayons if you must. Get them ready to hand, and we'll start the quiz soon. I'm just making sure my daughter is up to speed. We got you got the Quizlets? Yes, all there. Any major mistakes yet? No. Good. She hasn't found any major mistakes yet. Not like Sunday. Dear God, we had things starting with the wrong letter. We had things in the wrong order. Never mind. It could be worse. Right. Before we start, we have just got a minute to go. I'm just going to try this one before I start my toffee ale. See what? Is he already mentioning me in the tweet? Ah, he did. Right, Nicky Bowser's just joined us. Good evening, Nick. How are you? Hello from Bedford Clangers. The Bedford Clangers have joined us. Good evening, the Bedford Clangers. Right then, it is now 2015. We have 48 teams or people raring to go. Oh, and Steve Farner's just joined us. So good evening to Steve Hills and Dexter. Lovely to see you. Hope all is well with you. Right, everybody, eyes down, look in. This is round number one. Question number one has got to start with the letter W. This is a question we've had before, although it's worded slightly differently. Now, has everybody got a decent connection? That's all I ask. Because it just seems to be the numbers are going up and down a bit in my left-hand column a bit, but never mind. Right, here we go then. Question number one starts with the letter W, remember. Which Australian animals generate approximately cubic-shaped poos? The only species in the world known to do so. We've had that before, come on. So which Australian animals generate approximately cubic-shaped poos? The only species in the world known to do so. There's one team of scientists that worked out it's something to, they stack them up apparently, it's something to do with sniff tests. Or Denise has just joined us. Hi again, she said. Hi Denise, hope all is well with you. After winning last week with a fantastic 63 points, I would expect no more than a very good strong showing this week. Right, question number two. Starting with the letter E, which ceremonial county lays claim to Mersey and Wallasey Islands? So question two again. Which ceremonial county lays claim to Mersey and Wallasey Islands? I think Penny might get that one. She's lucky. Do they eat oxo? You're on about the animals there, right? I nearly gave it away. I nearly told you the answer to that one. You're on about the wildebeest with the square poos. Yeah, they could eat oxo cubes. I like that one. Question number three, also another geography question, starting with the letter D, which makes this fairly straightforward. Which historic city of about 50,000 inhabitants became the first in the United Kingdom to introduce a congestion charge? So question three again, which historic city of about 50,000 inhabitants became the first in the UK to introduce a congestion charge? Penny saying, what, me? Yes, you. You should know that one. Not that one, the one before. Starting with the E, nice easy one. Right, question number four. Starting with the letter N. This answer must start with the letter N. What is the name of an English racecourse and a domestic gambling card game which emerged in the 1880s? What's the one-word name of that? So what is the name of an English racecourse and a domestic gambling card game which emerged in the 1880s? It's a one-word answer I'm after, starting with the letter N. Right, this is better, the orange, I better not say infused, it's an orange IPA. Question number five. This starts with the letter E. It's a two-word answer I'm after. What connects a special blend of tea and the British Prime Minister from 1830 to 1834? So what connects a special blend of tea and the British Prime Minister from 1830 to 1834? Where's Ian Miller tonight with his silly jokes? Anybody got any silly jokes they want to put up? You're more than welcome. Oh, of course, he's going off to Spain. He's gone off to Tenerife, hasn't he? That's probably flown out. Right, question number six is also a two-word answer, starting with the letter S. Which organisation was founded in 1865 as the East London Christian Mission? So question six again, starting with the letter S. It's a two-word answer, not too tricky this one. Which organisation was founded in 1865 as the East London Christian Mission? We will get quiz Christmas decorations next week. Oh dear. I was thinking of getting into the festive spirit and have a little tree perhaps in the background or something, some fairy lights playing. Anything, or silly hat or something like that might be quite interesting. Question number 7, starting with the letter D. This one's a bit trickier, but I'm sure the letter will give it away. Grown predominantly in the oasis of Algeria, the Daglet Nor is the most popular variety of which fruit? Dear God. That's what we thought, Matthew. Go with the thank you. Can't be nice, wouldn't it? A few little things. Oh, and thank you to do as well. I must thank Matthew for the beer he gave me some time back, but fantastic. That was really kind of him. Right then, question number 8. Which tree bearing a green-skinned fruit of the same name has the binomial name Persea americana? So which tree, now starts with an A, which gives it away a bit. Which tree bearing a green-skinned fruit of the same name has the binomial name Persea americana? That's if I said it right, which I might have done. What's that? I can't hear you. Yes, I did. Question number 9. This starts with the letter Y. Long been thought of as both a blessing and a curse in Chinese culture. What name is given to the river known as the Cradle of Chinese civilization? So question 9 again. Long been thought of as a blessing and a curse in Chinese culture. What name is given to the river known as the Cradle of Chinese civilization? If you don't know that one, you can have a guess, can't you? Because the letter's there to help you. Remember, that starts with the letter Y. Right then, question number 10 has got to start with the number 2. Pretty straightforward question, this one. How many pairs of chromosomes are there in the human body? I should say in each cell of the human body, but how many pairs of chromosomes are there in each cell of the human body? Jackie said, how do you spot a blind man on a nudist beach? Come on, I haven't seen the answer yet. Come on, Jackie. How do you spot a blind man on a nudist beach? Question number 11. A variety of the mineral beryl and coloured by trace amounts of chromium, emerald is a gemstone associated with which wedding anniversary? Yes, I like that one too. It's not hard. Just spot it. It's not hard. Yeah, very good. Very good indeed. So a variety of the mineral beryl and coloured by trace amounts of chromium, emerald is the gemstone associated with which wedding anniversary? It's got to start with a 5. It can't be that hard. And staying with gemstones, question number 12. Which gemstone, defining 8 on the Mohs hardness scale, was also the unusual middle name of weaver, poet and actor William McGonagall? So question 12 again. Which gemstone, defined as number 8 on the Mohs hardness scale, was also the unusual middle name of the weaver, poet and actor William McGonagall? God knows why he was into weaving, I don't know, but he was. And finally, this must, I'll put a T. Yes, that was T. That was a T. Starting with the letter H. In February 2019, which EU country announced lifetime exemption from income tax for women with 4 or more children? Seems a bit bizarre, that one does, but never mind. So in the February of 2019, which EU country announced a lifetime exemption from income tax for women with 4 or more children? Certainly encourage more people to have babies, I suppose, but never mind. So there we have it. That's your first round. It should spell, if you take the initial letters and numbers, Wednesday the 25th, top to bottom. Now, do remember to like the page if you're enjoying the quiz so far, or give it the thumbs down if it's crap, but never mind, do give it the thumbs up. The more they get, the better. Keeps my rating up on whatever, and it does get to a larger audience as well, the more likes you get, apparently. YouTube, along with Facebook, have a lot of strange algorithms that work on likes and whatever else. Right, for anybody that hasn't done the quiz before, I will now give you the answers to the first 10 questions. You mark your own, and obviously, in the spirit of things, you don't cheat. And honesty is all about, you know what I mean. It's totally up to you. Only you know if you've been dishonest or not. So, oh my goodness, I've lost my blooming space now. Here we go then. Back to number 1. We start off, of course, it's wombat poo that is apparently cubic in shape or thereabouts. Number 2, the ceremonial county I wanted was Essex. Number 3, of course, is the historic city of Durham. Number 4 was that English racecourse Newmarket, which is also a gambling card game. Number 5 was Earl Grey, as in the special blend of tea and a Prime Minister. Number 6, the organisation that was founded as the East London Christian Mission was Salvation Army. Number 7, apparently the Daglet Nor is a variety of date. Number 8 was the avocado. Number 9, I was after the Yellow River, not the Yangtze, but the Yellow River apparently is the cradle of Chinese civilization. Number 10, there are 23 pairs of chromosomes in each cell of the human body. Number 11, emerald is associated with your 55th wedding anniversary. Very well done if you're getting anywhere near that. Number 12, of course, it was William Topaz McGonagall. Strange name, but there we have it. And finally, number 13, it is Hungary, apparently, that has announced a lifetime exemption from income tax for women with 4 or more children. It could be madness tax, really, but there we are. Right, Steve is straight in with 11 points. Martin Davis has also got 11. Sarah, Russ, James and Joe in with 12. We've got Jed and Tracy in with 12 points. We've got the Yorkies, good start with 10 points. Mick Roberts in with 12. Mike Yates is on with 10. Denise is in with 12 points. The famous 5 off with a good start with 11. We've got Michelle Gibbons on 12. Graham Gibbons off with 12. Nick Bowers is off with 11. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 13. PRS on 13. Penny Graham on 10. Footy Fox, best first round ever, they've said. 12 points. Paula Lewis is up with 13. Piggy Mix with 12. Denise went for an apple. Carol Jackson, Havlane 6 on 11. Andrew Lewis is on 11. Leslie Barrett, a pathetic 9. Can't be that bad, Leslie. BB Price Spurs are on 11. Luke Pugh on a very straightforward 8 to get him going. Alex Brown's on 11. Paula and Eve on 11. So well done, Paul and Eve. Luke, I thought you were going to be there. What were you going to call yourselves? Never mind, you've called yourselves Luke Pugh now. So what were they going to call themselves? But never mind. Oh, yes, the wooden spoon you're going to call yourselves, but never mind. And split the difference on 10 points. Right, we've found 1 or 2 people go clear on that round. 2, 3 teams maybe. So round number 2 is a straightforward trivia trail. Now, a trivia trail for all those teams that have never done a quiz before who have never done a trivia trial before, you take the last letter of your first answer, and it's the first letter of the next answer. And the last letter of number 2 is the first letter of number 3, and so on and so forth, until you get to number 10. The last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. So don't worry if you don't know this straight away. Number 1, all will become apparent as you go down. I think I pretty much know that. Right, question number 1. In which country are the vineyards supplying Sir Cliff Richard's Vida Nova and Onda Nova wine labels? I bet you didn't know Cliff Richard had got his own wine labels. Well, there we have it. So in which country are the vineyards supplying Sir Cliff Richard's Vida Nova and Onda Nova wine labels? Of course, Nova helps you give it away a bit if you know your languages well. If you don't worry about that, because the last letter of that one is the first letter of this second question, which is also very tricky. Which small European state is to make all public transport free of charge from March of 2020? It's very bold of them. I suppose being a small state, they haven't got to go very far, have they, really? But there you go. So which small EU state is to make all public transport free of charge from the March of 2020? Now take the last letter of that state, and it's the first letter of this answer. This is a 2-word answer I'm after. Question number 3, the Savoy Grill, Bread Street Kitchen, and the Maze Grill are all restaurants owned by which famous chef? It's a 2-word answer. All the restaurants are in London. So question 3 again, the Savoy Grill, the Bread Street Kitchen, and the Maze Grill are all restaurants owned by which famous chef? It's a 2-word answer. And it may help you with your previous answer, of course, or the next answer if you've got it. Right, question number 4. Doesn't get any easier, this, I'll tell you. Established in 1770, who are a British personal care brand and one of the oldest firms in the world to specialise in cosmetics, fragrances, and related toiletry products? It's a 1-word answer I'm after. So established in 1770, who are a British personal care brand and one of the oldest firms in the world to specialise in cosmetics, fragrances, and related toiletry products? Question number 5. This might help you with the previous one. Also known as the vitellus, what is the nutrient-bearing portion of an egg better known as? So question 5 again, also known as the vitellus, what is the nutrient-bearing portion of an egg better known as? Well, I'm sure we'll know that one. Just a 1-word answer, that one. That leads you on to question number 6, another tricky one. Question 6, which charitable body that manages over 400 historic monuments and buildings is responsible for authorising and installing London's blue plaques? And there's loads of them all around the capital. So question 6 again, which charitable body that manages over 400 historic monuments and buildings is responsible for authorising and installing London's blue plaques? It's a 2-word answer. Yeah, I think so. What? What? Oh, is it? I spelled it wrong in that case. Oh. Shit. Dyslexia rules. My wife's just pointed out that I've spelt question number 5 wrong. It's supposed to end with an E as far as I'm concerned, but of course it doesn't, does it? But never mind. So if you just add an E to the end of question number 5, if you spelt it correctly, of course. Yeah, there's 2 ways of spelling it. I spelt it the wrong way. Sorry about that. So yes, just put an E on the end of question number 5. If you'd spelt it with another letter, put an E on the end as well, just to help you. That gives you the first letter, which is the letter E for number 6, of course, that charitable body. So I've given that one away, but never mind. Take the last letter of that charitable body, and it's the first letter of question number 7. How many sides would you find on a regular octagon? So how many sides would you find on a regular octagon? Again, just a one-word answer. I think I've spelled that one right. And that will lead you nicely on to question number 8. It's got to start with the last letter of that number, remember. Which company introduced a loyalty card branded Club Card in 1995? So question number 8, which company introduced a loyalty card branded Club Card in 1995? Yes, I go there quite a lot now to charge my car up. Free charging in Rugby at this well-known store. Right then, take the last letter of that well-known company, and it's the first letter of this 3-word answer, and this is one that certainly my son will get this straight away. Which Norwegian ex-footballer is now the manager of the Premier League side Manchester United? So which Norwegian ex-footballer is now the manager of the Premier League side Manchester United? 3-word answer. Helps if you know how to spell his name, of course. This one I have copied off Wikipedia to make sure I didn't get any spelling mistakes. Right, take the last letter of his surname, and it's the first letter of question number 10, something some of you would have used. Question number 10. What is the one-word brand name? Put name brand name. So question number 10 again. What is the one-word brand name of a systemic broad-spectrum weed killer produced by the German company Bayer? It's a one-word answer starting with the previous letter, or the last letter of the previous answer. So what is the one-word brand name of a systemic broad-spectrum weed killer produced by the German company Bayer? And I'm sure we've got some in our shed, or we did have. Right, the last letter of that one takes you all the way back to number 1. And it's the first letter of that country I wanted, where Sir Cliff Richard's grape wine labels stem from. Right now, I'm going to give you a minute to work those out, because you might have got the last few. The first few were a bit tricky, so it might help you just work them backwards and forwards. Do remember the last letter and the first letter are connected all the way down to number 10. The last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. Just to help you, Luke, I'm sure you'll got all of those right after all the way down. Right then, whilst I've got all of you here, just a big thank you to all those that have already supported the Mythical Hospice charity quiz, which we're going to be doing on the 6th of December. We've already raised, at the latest, £1,111, which is absolutely staggering, considering we've not even run the quiz yet, but there have been some very generous donations. We've also had some prizes being given us, which is also very generous as well, so thank you. Do feel free, if you want to register a team name and you haven't already, and you want to get other people involved, ask your friends, whatever else, if they want to come and do a charity quiz, they're more than welcome. 6th of December, 8 for 8:15, there are some cash prizes up for grabs, along with some other prizes, so it'd be nice to see as many teams possible taking part. Do feel free to take part, even if you don't want to donate to a charity. It doesn't really matter. It's the taking part that counts, so what the hell. Right then, let's just go through these answers then. That tricky trivia trail, and it was a tricky trivia trail, wasn't it? Right then, in which country are the vineyards supplying Sir Cliff Richard's Vida Nova and Onda Nova wine labels? That's Portugal. Portugal, well done if you got that. That gave you the L, of course, for that small EU state of Luxembourg. Apparently it's going to make public transport free. That gave you the G for Gordon Ramsay, that famous chef. That in turn gave you the Y for Yardley, that British care manufacturer. That gave you another Y for a yoke, which I spelt incorrectly. I asked you in that case to put an E on the end of it because I'd spelt it Y-O-K-E, as in a different type of yoke, but never mind. That gave you the E for that charitable body, the English Heritage. That gave you another E, of course, for a regular octagon that has 8 sides. That in turn gave you the last letter was a T for that company with a club card, that's Tesco. That in turn gave you the O for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And that gave you the R for that weed killer called Roundup. Roundup, the brand name, so well done if you remembered that. And that in turn, of course, the P took you all the way back to number 1 for that country of Portugal. So well done, especially if you hadn't done the round before, because it's not easy to get your head round until you figured out how to do it. But never mind. So let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared after 2 rounds. Now, for any teams that haven't done it before, I'm now after your total score, so you've got to remember to add them together. I can't do that, if you know what I mean. So it's a lot easier if we can get total scores in. So we have straight in Steve Farn and Stephen Hills in with a 21. We've got Michelle and Charlie in with 22. We've got Todd and Janet from Stockton on 23. Paul Lewis on 23. Footy Fox are on 22. Grant Givens on 22. PRS are on 23. Andrew and Jane Lewis are on 21. Jen and Tracy are on 22. Pick and Mix are on 22. Where on earth have we got to? I've fallen off the top here. Pick and Mix. Oh, the Lambert, Georgie Lambert and Rory are on 17 for the Orkies. Mick Roberts has moved on to 20. Nick Bowers is on 21. Denise is now on 21. Alex Brown's on 19. The Booby Prize Girls have moved on to a very respectable 20. Penny Graham's on 19. Martin Davis, Crash and Burn. So soon. Oh no, Martin on 18. Famous 5 have moved on to 19. We've got Home Alone 6 on 21 points. Luke Hughes moved on to 16 points. We've got Julie, Ian and Shiraz on 21 points. Paul and Eva on 20 points. Mike Yates is on 17. Sarah and Russ are still doing very well. Along with James and Joe, I trust, on 21 points. And Split the Difference are on 20 points. So well done, everybody, so far. You're all still there or thereabouts. Right, initial letter link. I met a bloke who tried to make a living by eating mallets. Sadly, it turned out he was only an amateur. Amateur. Oh, very good. Very good indeed. Oh, well. Professional. Oh, dear. Right, initial lettering. Here we go, then. We have 9 general knowledge questions, where question number 10, I will ask you to rearrange the letters and spell out something. I'll tell you as we get there. So here we go. Question number 1. The first, we're going back to cosmetics here. That's a bit of a link, actually, but never mind. The first commercial version of what was invented in 1884 in Paris, when it was made from deer tallow, castor oil, and beeswax, and was covered in silk paper. New Chinese receptionist started at our company. Her name is Taiping. Now, that was a good one. I like that. Oh, dear. So the first commercial version of what was introduced in 1884 in Paris when it was made from deer tallow, castor oil and beeswax and was covered in silk paper? The one-word answer I want for that. Number 2. Whose law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong? And it often does with my quizzes, but never mind. So question 2 again. Whose law states that anything that can go wrong will go wrong? Pretty straightforward law, that one. Oh dear God. Matthew, that's a good one. What's a pirate's favourite bit of this COVID pandemic? The number keeps rising. Oh dear, oh dear. That's very good, Matthew. Very good. What's it like? Oh, we'll get there in a minute. Question number 3. In the game of cricket, what word is used to refer to the delivery of 6 consecutive legal balls by one bowler? Yeah, Denise, this is an initial letter link. 9 general knowledge questions, where question number 10, I ask you to rearrange them. So it's an anagram, basically, of the first letters to spell out something when we get there, and I'll tell you what it is. So question 3 again, dead easy this one. In the world of cricket, what word is used to refer to the delivery of 6 consecutive legal balls by one bowler? Dead easy, that one. Oh dear, George is straight in. I'm stumped with a cricket one. Oh dear, oh dear. I don't know what that was for. Oh dear, Christ. Right then, question number 4. Translating as the Lord, by what name was Spanish national hero Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar better known? So translating as the Lord, 2 words, by what name was Spanish national hero Rodrigo Diaz de Vivar better known? Oh dear God. Oh dear. Well, I'm not going to bail you out, says Leslie. You hit me for 6 with that one, Nick. Oh dear. Yes, I suppose you're all bowled over by that one. Oh dear. Yes, I think well, cricket. Oh dear. Question number 5 is a straightforward little anagram. We avoid bid. So question 5 again, we avoid bid. That's W-E, avoid, A-V-O-I-D, B-I-D is an anagram of which famous singer? Dead easy, that one. Oh dear. I nearly dropped that in my Googlies. Oh. Don't think too hard. Very easy, that one. Right, question number 6. On July the 7th, 2005, how many bombs were set off on the London Underground in a series of suicide attacks that is often referred to as 7/7? So question 6 again. On July the 7th, 2005, how many bombs were set off on the London Underground in the series of suicide attacks that is often referred to as 7/7? Yeah, too many. Quite. Perhaps I shouldn't have questions like that, but never mind. Question number 7 is about some famous German scientist named after a German scientist. What is the SI derived unit of electrical resistance? My wife will know that one straight away. What? So named after a German scientist. What is the SI derived unit of electrical resistance? Yeah, Martin will be happy with that one. I should think so, Martin. Oh, you did know it, you see. Oh, I wasn't trying to put you down. Oh, I said you'd know it. I did not. Question number 8. A fictional town called Fulchester is the setting for most of the stories in which British adult comic magazine. I don't mean Mayfair either. So question number 8. A fictional town called Fulchester is the setting for most of the stories in which British adult comic magazine. I knew that one as well. My dad was an electrician, so I should know that one. Good. So is he currently? Is he currently? Oh dear. Sorry, Faye. Gets worse. Question number 9 is a 2-word answer we're after. You know one of them, we'll know the other anyway. Under which president did the United States invade the Caribbean island of Grenada? Denise is saying, is it me or is anyone else's feed crackling? How bad or good is the feed tonight, everybody? It's a bit awkward. It's a bit out of my hands most of the time. Streaming is fine down Cambridge Street. Excellent. Not great. We can't get you on our TV. Okay, on pads. I have just changed from my Wi-Fi connection. I realised I was still on Wi-Fi, so I've now gone to my super router connection, which is faster still. So that may help a little bit, but we'll see. I'm casting to TV. 2 names for A9. What's that? Oh, yes. 2 words. Not that it matters. It's working well in Toft. Excellent. There's good signals down in Cambridge, Graham. It's what you get down there, of course. I'm a bit concerned because we've had numerous people kind of drop off the numbers over the second or two. Seems to be creeping back up again, but never mind. I'll just give it a second or two to get the numbers back up. And finally, question number 10. Listen carefully. The first letters of the first 9 answers, so you take the first letters of your first 9 answers, can be rearranged to spell which famous literary surname. A surname that its creator, J.K. Rowling, says should be pronounced with the last letter silent, as in the French word for death, which kind of gives it away a bit. If you know the French word for death, of course. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell which famous literary surname. A surname that its creator, J.K. Rowling, says should be pronounced with the last letter silent, as in the French word for death. So it's a 1-word answer. It's 9 letters long. You take the letters of your previous answers, rearrange them, and you should end up with this person's surname. It's a literary character, and it's a surname clearly connected with J.K. Rowling, which may help somewhat. Again, I'll give you a minute to work that out while we're going, because not quite so easy with the connections round. Round number 5 tonight is a tin or can, so that's pretty straightforward. And the last round is a general trivia round. Now, to be fair, I haven't had a look at the dates or how Christmas falls this year, but I will be trying to do quizzes as often as possible, as it appears we're still going to be locked down most of the time. So if you want to do quizzes over the Christmas period, I expect I'll still be doing them most Wednesdays and whatever, unless, of course, it falls on Christmas Day or whatever else. But we'll see. And it also depends very much on what's going to happen with our pubs, whether we're going to be in. It's on the 25th. What's on the 25th, Matthew? Is that a Wednesday? That's probably not the best thing. Then you'll all be pissed. Oh, it is. Christmas is on the 20th. Therefore, that's fair enough. No, I meant, is it on a Wednesday? Oh, God knows. I don't know. Notification. Right, how are we all doing with that round? Are we all about done? Do we need any more time? Do feel Friday. Oh, Friday, Christmas on a Friday. Oh, that'll be all right then. We'll be all right. We can have a bash on the Wednesday then. There's no reason why not. Us being pissed will be a change from that. Just you being pissed. A bit more time, yes. People are asking for a bit more time. If you can get the guy's surname, it helps an awful lot. Then you can try and work them all backwards. So it's great news anyway that the government have decided that we can all spend Christmas together, small bubbles of 2 or 3 families or whatever else with our loved ones. Yeah, it's a bit bizarre, I have to say, but yeah, quite. Yet to see what's going to happen tomorrow, I suppose, is going to be the big day, the announcement by our great leader. And have you noticed the departure of Dominic Cummings? It's been sad for one thing. It's sad in the fact that Spitting Image can no longer put puppets of him on the screen, because it was one of the best puppets Spitting Image had come up with this series, was Dominic Cummings as this little alien fella. Absolutely brilliant. And it's such a shame that he's not going to be on the screen site quite so much. They'll probably keep resurrecting them anyway, so what the hell. Yeah, Robin's just saying our leader is certainly a great something. You're right. Now, wait a minute. What's Chris Smith saying? No, yes, please. More time, please. No, yes, please. Are you talking double Dutch, Chris? Or have you been drinking as well? What's that? Was that a tricky round? For what? It's all one word else. World-beating Jingo Johnson and Matt Cockup. How well. I don't think Boris has really had the year he wanted, has he? Things have not really gone his way this year for him. Could have been worse, I suppose. That's the idea of ending up as the leader of the United Kingdom, isn't it, I suppose? One thing you have to just put up with, isn't it? Pestilence, famine, stuff like that. Right then, let's go and do some marking. I will give you another 30 seconds. Just to get some answers down. Even if you haven't got the right answers down, just get some answers down. Right, remember we're taking the initial letter from each of the first 9 answers, rearranging them to spell out a fictional character created by J.K. Rowling. Right, here we go then. Question 1, the first commercial version of lipstick was invented in 1884. Number 2, whose law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong? That's Murphy's law. Number 3, in the game of cricket, one word is used for 6 consecutive legal balls. That's an over. Number 4, translating as the Lord, Rodrigo Diaz de Viva, was better known as El Cid. El Cid. Well done if you got that. Number 5, of course, we avoid bid, was David Bowie. Number 6, there were 3 bombs on the London Underground. Number 4, the great German scientist. What is the SI derived unit of electrical resistance? It's the ohm. The ohm. Number 8, that fictional town of Fulchester is the setting for most of the Viz stories. Number 9, of course, the president I was after was Ronald Reagan. And if you rearrange the first letters of the first 9 answers, you ended up with a literary surname Voldemort. Voldemort. And that's spelt with a T at the end, of course. But it's supposed to be pronounced silently. Aha. So there we have it. Right, we have the famous 5 straight in with 28 points. Well played, the famous 5. Michelle Gibbons and Charlie in with 32. Jen and Tracy in with 32. Denise now on to 29 points. Sarah and the gang are on 30.5 points. We've got Georgie Lambert from the Yorkies on 23. Martin Davis is on 28. Steve Varnon's on 30. Clive and Janet from Stockton are on fantastic 33 points. Home Alone 6 are on 31. We've got Graham Gifford on 32. Mick Roberts has moved on to 28. Got Andrew Lewis on 28. Footy Fox is on 29. Alex Brown's on 29. We've got Pigger Mix on 30. We've got Paula Lewis on 33. Booby Prize Girls are on 27. PRS are on 33. We've got Julie, Ian, Annie's Bottle of Shiraz. One with Harry on 31. Penny Graham saying 22. Oh dear, that was a tough round, I have to say, Penny. Nick Bowers on 30. Mike Yates is on 23. Paul and Eve are on 28. Luke Pugh, he said, resorted to drinking Holy Garden. He's now on 18 points. Well done, Luke. Not an easy round, that one, Luke. Not an easy round. Again, if you've never done it before, not quite so easy. Right, it gets easier. Round number 4 is a connections round. 9 general knowledge questions, where question number 10 asks for a connection between the previous answers. In fact, wait a minute, it may be these are 5 at a time. Yes, they are 5 and 5. Right, so 4 general knowledge questions, followed by a 5th asking for a connection, and then another set of 4 questions asking for a connection, okay? So here we go then. Question number 1. In Greek mythology, what did Prometheus steal from Zeus to give to humanity? He didn't fare very well, did he, old Prometheus? Zeus soon sorted him out. So question number 1. In Greek mythology, what did Prometheus steal from Zeus to give to humanity? I bet he wish he hadn't stolen it after he stole it. But never mind. Question number 2. Of the 4 main compass points, which is the only one that appears in the name of exactly one US state? So question 2 again. Of the 4 main compass points, I'm sure you know what they are, which is the only one that appears in the name of exactly one US state? Yeah, Luke will get that one. Come on, Luke. Oh dear. Question number 3. Oh dear, horrible one this. What is the name of the disembodied hand in the Addams family? So what was the name of the disembodied hand in the Addams family? It was a bit creepy, that, I remember that. Question number 4, all you mothers will know this one. From January the 4th, 2013, which benefit became means tested for the first time, with those earning more than £50,000 per year having part of it withdrawn, and those earning £60,000 per year receiving none of it at all? I think so as well. That's my socialist bitcom. So from January the 5th, 2013, which benefit became means tested for the first time, with those earning more than £50,000 per year having part of it withdrawn, and those earning £60,000 per year receiving none at all? It's a two-word answer I'm after. And as I mentioned, you mothers should know that one. Well, and fathers, of course. Yeah, well, it's a bit sexist. Not that I'm sexist in any way, shape or form. Question number 5. What is the one-word connection between the previous 4 answers? So question 5 again. What is the one-word connection between the previous 4 answers? You're quite right, Faye. Not really fair that 2 partners earning 49k each, so a total of 98k, can keep it there. No, you're quite right. Should be the total partnership earning, I would have thought, but maybe they haven't worked it out like that. So question 5 again, I'm after a one-word connection between the previous 4 answers. So think of a word that connects those 4 things. Okay then, you've got 4 more questions now, and another connection to go. So question 6, let's get on to the second set. What type of flute is named after the Greek god of nature, who is often depicted as playing this instrument? So it's a type of flute or something similar. So what type of flute is named after the Greek god of nature, who is often depicted as playing this instrument? Question number 7 is a sports question. I know you all love sports questions. In the game of rugby union, a sequence of 3 words are called by the referee to set a scrum. The second and third of these are bind and set. What is the first? So in the game of rugby union, a sequence of 3 words are called by the referee to set a scrum. The second and third of these are bind and set. What is the first? Right, it's time to crack the toffee ale open. My wife thinks it's far too hard tonight. Maybe it is. I was trying to catch 1 or 2 out, but never mind. I'll go for an easy question, easy quiz on Sunday for you all. Question number 8. In the Bible, what was the name of the angel that God sent to tell Mary that she would conceive Jesus? So in the Bible, what was the name of the angel that God sent to tell Mary that she would conceive the baby Jesus? Come on, that can't be hard, Ange. Oh, so they got easier all of a sudden. was far too easy, wasn't it? So question number 9. What mythical creature has the body, tail and back legs of a lion and the head, wings and front legs of an eagle? I'm sure most of you from rugby will know that one. So what mythical creature has the body, tail and back legs of a lion and the head, wings and front legs of an eagle? And finally, question 10, of course, what is the one-word connection between the previous 4 answers? So again, I'm just looking for one word that connects those previous 4 answers. Well, there we have it. Now, we've still got 2 or 3 teams that haven't dropped a point yet. Well, the wife keeps moaning on it's far too difficult tonight. I'm sure 1 or 2 teams are finding it tough going, but never mind. It's great to see we've got 60-odd people currently online, viewing from some parts of Great Britain, all over the place. Ian Miller, evening Nick and Lydia. Bit late, few jobs around the house ready for selling. Had a company in fitting all blinds downstairs. You're not taking them with you then? Oh dear. You need some blinds out there, mate, I tell you. So Ian, when are you off then? And you're going to still stay in touch, I trust, by the internet? No, I presume they've got it out there somewhere. Yeah, you probably. I'm going to say probably take you 6 months to get online anyway. Yeah. Have you fair with them then, Ange? You got them all? Does anybody need any more time for the connections round? A bit more time, yeah. I'll give you a bit more time. No, I didn't read full post. Let me read. What is it? Evening, a bit late. A few jobs around the house ready for selling. Had a company in fitting blinds downstairs. What's that? Nick's saying another hour. They can use those words on the TV. There you go. No, I didn't, but I'm sure I'll read it somewhere. I've been out all day with the grandkids. Depends when you posted it, of course, here. Need to look. Right then, everybody, let me put you out your misery in this connection sound. Really tough connection sound. In Greek mythology, what did Prometheus steal from Zeus to give to humanity? He stole fire. Fire. Question number 2 of the 4 main compass points. What is the only one that appears in the name of an exactly one US state? That's West, as in West Virginia, of course. Number 3, what was the name of the disembodied hand in the Addams family? He was called Thing. And finally, question number 4 from the January 7th, 2013, of course, it was child benefit. And the one word that connects those to give you a connection was the word wild. Wildfire, Wild West, Wild Thing, and Wild Child. So well done if you worked that out. Question number 6, what type of flute is named after the Greek god of nature? Well, it's the pan flute. You can put pan pipes if you like, I don't mind. The pan flute or pan pipes, they're the same thing really. They're also known as a syrinx, apparently. Number 7, in rugby union, a sequence of 3 words it should read out crouch, bind, and set. So they have to crouch down, then bind, and then set. So the word I was after was crouch, and in the Bible it was Gabriel, of course, that was sent by God. Number 9, that mythical creature is a griffin. And of course, the one word that connects them is the word Peter. Peter Pan, Peter Crouch, Peter Gabriel, and Peter Griffin, of course. So well done if you got that. Bit tricky, but never mind. Martin Davis, thank good for Tina. What's that? Thank goodness for Tina's recent interest in rugby on the television. Excellent. Well done, Martin. I thought you'd get that one straight away. Right, well done, Martin. 38 points. Jed and Trace are on 41. Sarah's 39.5. We've got PRS moves on to 42. Home Alone 6 on 41. Famous 5 on 38. Graham Gifford's on 41. Michelle Gibbons and China on 42. Stephen Hills are on 36. Nick Bowers has moved on to 39. Alex Brown's on 35. Janet and Clive, 42. We're human. Paul and Eve are on 38. Mike Yates on 30. Julie, Ian and his butler Shiraz have now moved on to 39 points. Andrew Lewis is on 36. Andrew and Jane. Footy Fox is on 33. Penny Graham's moved on to 29. Paula Lewis is on 42. Pigamix are on 40. The Yorkies have moved on to 31 points. Well played, the Yorkies. Luke Hughes moved on to 24. Denise is now on 38. Missed Crouch. Split the difference are on 39 points. So some great scores out there. Basically at the moment, the total or the maximum score, of course, is a 43. And we've got a couple of teams on the 42s. We've got Michelle, we've got Clive and Janet, and we've got Paula Lewis all on 42 points. And PRS on 42 points. In fact, anybody anywhere near 40 is doing remarkably well tonight. Because as my wife has pointed out in my ear roll more than twice now, it's quite tough tonight. But they're doing very well, and there or thereabouts. Right then, more luck than judgment. Well, that's what it's all about. Reason, judgment is all you need sometimes. Round number 5, all the answers tonight either contain the word tin or can. Tin or cans. Could be easy, couldn't it, this one? Tin or can in all the answers, all right? Somewhere buried in the answer, and it's in that order. So you will find the word tin or can in that order somewhere in the answer. So question number 1. This is in the tin can round. A portrait of which famous woman in history featured on the reverse side of the Bank of England £10 notes issued between 1975 and 1994? Very famous person. So a portrait of which famous woman in history featured on the reverse side of the Bank of England £10 notes issued between 1975 and 1994. It's a 2-word answer. Pretty straightforward. I'm sure you all get that one. So it's either got a tin in it or a can in it. So those of you who don't understand what the round's about, look at your answer and you will find the word tin or can if you've got the right answer down. Question number 2. What collection of stories by Geoffrey Chaucer is about a group of pilgrims travelling from London to visit the shrine of Thomas Becket? So question number 2 again. Which collection of stories by Geoffrey Chaucer is about a group of pilgrims travelling from London to visit the shrine of Thomas Becket? You'll either find a can in it or a tin in it. Question number 3. Which castle in Cornwall has been associated with the legend of King Arthur since the 12th century, when Geoffrey of Monmouth named it as the place where King Arthur was conceived? There we have it. So question 3 again. Which castle in Cornwall has been associated with the legend of King Arthur since the 12th century, when Geoffrey of Monmouth named it as the place where King Arthur was conceived? That's a 1-word answer I'm after, although you can put castle after it if you want, which make it a 2-word answer, obviously. And it's got to have the word tin or can somewhere in it, remember. Question number 4 is a film question. The 2011, it's going back a bit, poll by movie subscription service Love Film saw a scene from which 1990s film starring Sharon Stone voted the most paused, blink and you'll miss it moment in film. It's a 2-word answer. So a 2011 poll by movie subscription service Love Film saw a scene from which a 1990s film starring Sharon Stone voted the most paused, blink and you'll miss it moment in film. What's that? Have you never seen it? My daughter's never seen it. Great film. Oh, bother. Bother. Well, that one's fun. I meant to take that question out. Never mind. I meant to take the next question out because we had this last week or the week before. Wasn't supposed to be in this one, but it sneaked in somewhere. Obviously in the tin can round, I suppose. So question 5 again, for all you that do the quiz on a regular basis, you should get this one. In 2007, who was elected as president of UEFA, but in 2015 was banned from all football activities for 8 years by FIFA's Ethics Committee following an investigation into corruption? It's a 2-word answer. So in 2007, who was elected as president of UEFA, but in 2015 was banned from all football activities for 8 years by FIFA's Ethics Committee following an investigation into corruption? I don't know why they didn't just give him a life ban and be done with it. Question number 6 is a bit of a scientific question, derived from a Latin word meaning to glow white. What word refers to the emission of light by a body as a consequence of raising its temperature? I think light bulbs were originally called these things. So derived from a Latin word meaning to glow white. What word refers to the emission of light by a body as a consequence of raising its temperature? Yeah, toffee ale's going down nicely. Question number 7. Born on Staten Island in 1980, kind of gives you an idea, which other famous singer starred alongside Cher in the 2010 film Burlesque? 2-word answer, very famous singer. So born on Staten Island in 1980, which other famous singer starred alongside Cher in the 2010 film Burlesque? Do you remember there's got to be a tin or a can in the answer somewhere? That is a 2-word answer I'm after. Did you all know that one, mate? You did. Straight away. But you didn't know she was born on Staten Island, though? No. Question number 8. In 1990, who challenged Margaret Thatcher for leadership of the Conservative Party to trigger a leadership election that eventually saw John Major become Prime Minister? It's a 2-word answer I'm after. So in 1990, who challenged Margaret Thatcher for leadership of the Conservative Party to trigger a leadership election that eventually saw John Major become Prime Minister? He must have had some balls, that's all I can say. And it wasn't Ed Balls. Question number 9 for all you travellers, especially to the Mediterranean. Patmos, Kos and Rhodes are all part of which island group? So Patmos, Kos and Rhodes are all part of which island group? Do remember your answers have got to have a tin in it or a can in it. How are we doing for time? We've been broadcasting 1 hour and 25 minutes so far. 62 online so far doing the quiz tonight, which is great. Great news. Figures have been good. Do remember, if you like the quiz tonight, give me a thumbs up in the thumbs up questions. Yeah, don't give me any downs because it's too hard. Less of that. Goes to a more audience if we give more thumbs up. That's what it's all about. Question number 10. The final question in this round. Which film, another film question, of 1992, based on a novel by James Fenimore Cooper, starred Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeleine Stowe, and is set during the North American French and Indian War? So question 10 again. Which film of 1992, based on a novel by James Fenimore Cooper, starred Daniel Day-Lewis and Madeleine Stowe, and is set during the North American French and Indian War? Chris knows that one. Look at that. Thumbs up straight away. Well done, Chris. Oh, I'm sorry, there was quite a few film questions in there, but never mind. So do remember, all your answers have got to have the word tin or can somewhere in the answer. Tin can, pretty straightforward, isn't it? Who could we go wrong with that one? Do remember, we will be live Sunday night, 8:15 start, with 6 more rounds of ridiculous trivia to keep going. And do feel free, if you want to come and join us for our charity quiz on the 6th of December. That'll be a Sunday night as well. We've already raised a fantastic amount. Thank you very much for everybody who's donated. £1,111 so far, and that total is still rising. So that is a fantastic amount for all the hospices. Do remember, for all those teams that are taking part, there will be some cash prizes up on the night. So do feel free to come and take part. Right then, everybody, let's go through some answers to this round. This round was entitled All the Answers Contain the Word Tin or Can. We started off, portrait of that famous woman. Of course, that was Florence Nightingale. So there was a tin in Tingale. Number 2, the collection of stories from Geoffrey Chaucer. That was the Canterbury Tales, of course. Number 3, it was Tintagel Castle. Well, I don't know if you got that, Tintagel Castle. Number 4, the film was Basic Instinct. There's a tin in Instinct somewhere. Number 5, of course, was the one we had the other week. It was Michel Platini, which has got a tin in it. Number 6, that word meaning to glow white is incandescence. Incandescence or incandescent would do. Number 7, born on Staten Island, the famous singer that appeared alongside Cher in the film Burlesque was Christina Aguilera. Christina Aguilera. Number 8, I was after the person that actually triggered a leadership election, and that was Michael Heseltine. Michael Heseltine. Well done him to go up against Margaret Thatcher. Number 9, the 3 islands I gave you, Patmos, Kos and Rhodes, are all part of the Dodecanese. The Dodecanese. There's a can in there somewhere. And finally, number 10, that was a tricky one. The 1992 film, based on the James Fenimore Cooper, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. It was The Last of the Mohicans. The Last of the Mohicans. It was the French fighting against the Indians. So well done there. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how you're all faring. Martin Davis has moved on to a fantastic 46. Paula Lewis on 52. Michel and Charlie are on 51. Mick Roberts is on 45. Who have got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 52. Jen and Tracy on 51. PRS are on 52. Home Alone 6 are on 50. Famous 5 are on 48. Nick Bowers is on 47. Steve Farden and Hills are on 45. What about Dexter? Is he asleep tonight, Steve? Sarah, Russ, Joe and James are on 48.5. Footy Fox 86 is on 37. The Booby Prize girls are doing remarkably well on 43. Well played, girls. And thanks for the card, which is very kind, and the mug and Lydia's present. Graham and Jane are on 49 points. Paul and Eva on 46. We've got Andrew Lewis on 41. Luke Pugh's moved on to a fantastic 29 points. Alex Brown's on 42. We've got Denise on a fantastic 46. Steve saying Dexter is listening too. And you actually get him to, does he bark the answers at you? You give him 2 choices. Actually, of course, round number 6 probably suits Dexter well, because it's multiple choice. So if you give him 3 answers, he's just got to bark at one of them, hasn't he, I suppose? Ian, Julie and Harry and their Shiraz are on 48 points. We've got Split the Difference on 49 points. Penny Graham's moved on to 35, as has Mike Yanks. Well, and there has the Yorkies. So I think you 3, Penny Graham, Mike Yanks, Georgia Lambert, you can all have a little competition against each other there. All on 35. Let's see how we fare in the last round, which, of course, as ever, is a general trivia round. This is the kind of thing nobody can get all of them right, surely. Unless you're cheating. No, I can't believe that at all. I don't believe that with my teams. They're also good. Right, here we go then. Andy Smith has just posted we are now up to a fantastic £1,174. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Oh, Pick and Mix are on 47. Now, just going through the scores there, we have numerous teams here that have only dropped 1 point tonight. So it's obviously not that hard, the quiz. No, maybe it is to some, but we have on 52 points Paula Lewis. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton. We've got PRS on 52. There's 3 teams on 52. Then we've got a couple of teams on 51. 106 on 50. Jen and Tracy are on 51. Michelle's on 51. So it's all to play for on this last round. We've got 5, 6 teams, possibly, maybe even 8 or 10 that have a chance tonight of winning, because the last round are a little bit pick and mix, some of these, especially number 1. Here we go then. Question number 1, eyes down, listen in. In July 2008, Revels started a Big Brother style eviction campaign where one flavour from the bag would be replaced by a special limited edition flavour. Which flavour was temporarily removed? I'll give you the choice. Was it the coffee flavour, the raisin flavour, or the coconut flavour? So this is going back to 2008. Revels, they started a Big Brother style eviction, and they evicted one of the flavours. It was actually replaced by strawberry, apparently, for about 6 months. To see how it went. But which of these flavours was temporarily removed? I'll give you the choice. Was it the coffee flavour, the raisin flavour, or the coconut flavour? Question number 2 is just general knowledge. In Greek mythology, the centaur had the upper body of a human and the lower body and legs of what type of animal? So question 2 again. In Greek mythology, the centaur had the upper body of a human and the lower body and legs of what type of animal? Question number 3. Yorkies might get this one. Come on, Yorkies. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, who in 2011 became the first solo female artist since Sinead O'Connor in 1990 to headline the main pyramid stage at the Glastonbury Festival. Question 3. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, who in 2011 became the first solo female artist since Sinead O'Connor in 1990 to headline the main pyramid stage at the Glastonbury Festival. And thank you, by the way, Robin, for that website that you gave me. There are some very interesting facts on there, and I did manage to glean quite a few whys, I have to say, quite a few whys. So thanks for that. Much appreciated. I will manage to glean a few more from that website, although the questions are very short, which is a bit of a pain, but never mind. I can always lengthen them out a bit. Question number 4, listen carefully. With 4 in total, which letter starts more of the names of properties on a Monopoly board than any other? Does that make any sense at all? So with 4 in total, which letter starts more of the names of properties on the Monopoly board than any other? And I do mean properties. Not a lot of people know that. These are ones you get title deed cards for, minus the utilities, which can't be property, surely. How well do you know your Monopoly boards? I know 1 or 2 of my fans love Monopoly. Most of you hate it, but there you go. Mick Roberts always hates Monopoly questions. Question number 5. Shrove Tuesday can fall in one of which 2 calendar months? Oh, we've had that before at some time or another, but can you remember the right answer? So question 5 again. Shrove Tuesday can fall in one of which 2 calendar months? What's that, Pancake Day? We didn't get any this year, did we? We were in India. Apparently we were in India. Where were we? We were in Thailand. Oh. Don't go to Thailand when it's Buddha Day. They don't serve beer. Just a warning there. Took my wife to this. Thought we'll find the best craft bar in Bangkok. We went miles to this place. It was at the Radisson on the 28th floor of the Radisson, right on top, overlooking the whole of the city. Gets to the top, goes to the bar. He got all these craft ales, about 25 of them, and I said, well, we'll start there. And he goes, we're not serving beer today. He said, it's Buddha Day. Oh dear. Buddha's birthday, that's right. It was Buddha's birthday, apparently. So I thought he was joking, but clearly it wasn't. Oh, we could have had a soft drink, but we decided to give up. Question number 6 again. Sorry, let's start with Jackson number 6. No, it wasn't a joke. It was true. Question number 6. Which organisation was founded in London in 1961 and has a logo consisting of a lit candle surrounded by barbed wire? 2-word answer. I'm sure you've all heard of this one. So which organisation was founded in London in 1961 and has a logo consisting of a lit candle surrounded by barbed wire? Oh, I can't actually remember what day it was, Jackie. I'll have to look it up so we don't make that mistake again. Dear God. Question number 7, dead easy this one. What 3 consecutive letters in the alphabet give the name of the flag carrier airline of the Netherlands? So what 3 consecutive letters in the alphabet give the name of the flag carrier airline of the Netherlands? Right, come on, you're only going to suffer 3 more questions. You're all right, don't worry. What else are you going to do with tonight? It's what's the time? Oh, it's still only 8:30 or 9, sorry. It's just gone 9:30, 20 to 10, something like that. Be able to catch the 10 o'clock news, see what Boris has been up to. Am I whipping through it rather quick? Question number 8. This is an interesting one. Is Hadrian's Wall entirely in Scotland, entirely in England, or is it partly in both? There you are. Now, what did Dexter Wolf? What? What? Dexter the dog might have been woofing there. So is Hadrian's Wall entirely in Scotland, entirely in England, or is it partly in both? It's an interesting question. I expect one or two of you have walked the entirety of Hadrian's Wall at some time or another. Something I haven't done. There's a few sections of it left, though, in its entirety. Of course, how can they tell where the buried sections are? Question number 9. I thought I'd throw this one as a bit of a laugh, but never mind. Don't take it the wrong way. Question number 9. Besides the wobble board, which he is credited with inventing, what instrument was Rolf Harris most seen blowing during his many years on television? I'll give you the choice. Was it his horn, his didgeridoo, or was it his top? So question 9 again. Besides the wobble board, which he is accredited with inventing, what instrument was Rolf Harris most seen blowing during his many years on television? I'll give you the choice. Was it his horn, his didgeridoo, or was it his top? You wouldn't expect me to be that PC, would you, Carol? What? Oh, yeah, really. So we're all over that by now, surely. He's done his porridge, I think. No, we're not. Yes. What's next to Gary Glitter? The roll. Wait a minute. At least it was his own. I was going to say the audience instead of his. What was he known for blowing? Did he blow? Oh dear. No, you're right. Wasn't a nice man. Did you ever meet him, Leslie? Seemed very nice to me. No, let's not start that. It's only a bit of a laugh. Take it as it's meant to be. And finally, question number 10. What 3-letter word beginning with S is recognised by Guinness World Records as being the English word with the most meanings? Dear God. So question 10 again. What 3-letter word beginning with S is recognised by Guinness World Records as being the English word with the most meanings? There's a good one. Right then, everybody. Besides question number 9, which perhaps I shouldn't have put in, by the looks of the comments. Oh dear, never mind. Apparently he is credited with inventing the wobble board, which is... Okay then, everybody. Have we got an answer now for everything? In which case, let's whip through the answers and see how you fared. This could be for the glory, or not so much. Here we go then. Question number 1. The flavour that was temporarily removed or kicked out the Revels packet was the coffee flavour. The coffee flavour. Number 2. In Greek mythology, the centaur had the upper body of a human and the lower body of a horse. Question number 3. Born and raised in Houston, Texas, who in 2011 became the first solo female artist since Sinead O'Connor? It was Beyonce. Beyonce, of course. Number 4. With a total of 4 in total, which letter starts more of the names of properties on the Monopoly board than any other? That's the letter P. P for Pentonville, Park Lane, Piccadilly and Pall Mall. Number 5. Shrove Tuesday can be in either February or March. Number 6, that organisation I was after was Amnesty International. Number 7, what 3-letter consecutive letters gave you the flag carrier of the Netherlands? That was the airline called KLM. Number 8, Hadrian's Wall is entirely in England. Number 9, of course, he used to blow his didgeridoo. And fine, number 10, the 3-letter word beginning with the letter S, recognised by Guinness World Record as being the English word with the most meanings, is the word set. S-E-T, set. I've started something now with a Savile questions, Jonathan King questions, pedo round. Dear God, I wish I hadn't bothered really. Well, enough of that. Anything that sparks controversy, they always say a bit of controversy. It's as good as anything, but never mind. I'll probably get banned after all these comments, so be careful. Right, everybody, so let's see some scores. They were the answers. So we have Martin Davis with 55 PRS, 62 points. Michelle Gibbons, hands up on 60. Well done, Michelle. Graham Gifford on 58. Well done, Graham and Jane. Jed and Tracy, 61. That's a fantastic score. Well played, Jed and Tracy. Sarah and the gang, Sarah, Russ, Joe, James, thanks for taking part. 56.5 points. Well played, you. The famous 5 again. Well played, John and the gang. 56 points. Steve Farnan. Well done, Stephen Hills and Dexter, 52 points. Mick and Bev, well done on 54. That's a great score. Well done, Mike, 42 points. Oh dear. Wait a minute, I've gone off the screen now. Mike Yost was on 42. Alex Brown ends up on 50. Footy Fox, 86 on 44. Don't forget good old Stuart Hall. Yes, I remember him. Just on Frontier, wasn't he? Something like that. Oh dear. Denise on 56. Thanks for another great quiz. She's a Greer quiz. Thanks, Denise, on 56. Home Alone 6. So close on 59. Well played, them. Clive and Janet, 59. Well played, you as well. Julian and the Shiraz ended up on 58. We've got Penny Graham on 51. Nick Bowers, well done. A personal best. 54 points. Well played. Paul and Eve on 55. Well played, Paul and Eve. A great score. What's he put, Andy? Remember 2 little boys? Yeah, that went to number 1 in something or other. I was only reading that today, unfortunately, but never mind. Georgie Lambert, 44 for the Yorkies. Well played, the Yorkies. Luke Pugh ended up with 37. Well played, Luke and Ricalla. We've got to, God blimey, where have we got to? Andrew Lewis and Andrew and Jane on 46 points. Matthew Blood could do a serial killer connection round. Pick a mix on 56 points. Paula Lewis, well played, Paula. The 62 for the Quizzy Rascals. That's a great score. Split the difference, end up on 58. Well done, them. Graham Gifford, many thanks, Nick and Lyd. Great evening as always. Thanks, Nixon. Lyd says Georgia. Jackie says Booby Bros Girls 52. Probably our best score so far. That's fantastic. Nicky Bowers put correction. Nick Bowers 55. Well done there. What's she put? Good night, Jim. Wait a minute. Where have we got to? I love 2 little boys, and he was a brilliant artist. He was a brilliant artist. There's no doubt about that. But yeah. Ian's put thank Nixon, even if it was a bit late. Well, we might see you on time on Sunday then, Ian. So good night, everybody. Thanks for taking part. Do feel free, as I say, to join us on Sunday evening. It'll be 8 for 8:15 start. There'll be 6 rounds again of tricky trivia, and. Do remember, if you want to take part in the quiz on the 6th, the charity quiz, do feel free. Make a small donation to charity. Log your name down. The link's on the bottom of the page. If not, you can find it on my page or the Just Giving page. There's plenty of ways of finding it. So good night, everybody. Thank you for taking part. It's from me at 9:21:50 hours, signing off. And we'll see you all on Sunday for another exciting quiz to keep you all going. And we might, as we move into December, get a little Christmas tree and a few fairy lights just to make the things seem a little bit brighter than they actually are. And I'll be interested to know, we should know by Sunday, of course, what on earth tier we're going to be in. But I know, we'll know by Sunday when we go live what tier that we're going to be in. Do feel free, if you've still got time, to give me a thumbs up, because every thumbs up means that we get spread a little bit further, apparently, to other audiences, which is always good. So thanks, everybody, for taking part. We'll see you again all on Sunday. So good night, all, and stay safe. Cheers.